Welcome to another edition of the Urban Professional Podcast. I have the honor of having Mr. Cordero Roland. This guy is a master. I've been so intrigued with our conversation before the show. This guy is an entrepreneur, finance, credit, passionate about his people. Man, you name it, he does it. He's inspired me in the last quick 10 minutes. Cordero, tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Hey, well, number one, appreciate you for having me, and shout out to your podcast and the work that you're putting in. I'm from Terrell, Texas, man. I'm from the humble city of Terrell, home of Jamie Foxx and other great people that come out of there. And me, man, I'm just a person that found my niche. I move on my motto of I can't be the next you, I have to be the first me.
Okay.
And sometimes I tell people it's okay to kind of find your groove. I just found mine at an early age, come from the projects, didn't know really what I wanted to do. And as I became an adult, I started seeing a problem in our community. Number one was finances. I always knew, okay, work hard, get a college degree, that's it. But then when I started looking, I'm like, okay, even if you have a college degree, I see somebody with 5 degrees that can't get a job.
Absolutely.
Or they don't have the experience. Now you're in more debt. So then I started learning, okay, what does DTI mean? Debt to income ratio. My first love was credit. So when I learned how credit works and saw how valuable it was to our community, but if you don't have it, you don't know how to use it. You don't know what you don't know. So my grandmother gave me this quote was, you rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Absolutely.
But how do you know what you need if you don't have it? So what I had to do was let me get around some more smart people. So I got around one guy, shout out to my guy, Rod Warren. He's from Oak Cliff but stays in Beverly Hills. But he gave me the tools. Then I said, I want to get around people that tell me the truth. So I learned about credit. That opened up more doors because I started doing more community work. I tell anybody, whatever you want to learn how to do in life, find a solution. So in my direct circle and family, the problem was finance.
Yeah.
People don't know how to get $100 and hold it. You go in the Chinese community, the Jewish community, Hispanic community, their money rotates in their community for a while. Black people, it's like I call it a DFW airport. It hit the ground and take back off.
Well, you hitting them with so much. You hitting them with so much information, and that's sort of like what we wanted to conversate about too. You're giving them the journey of how to get things done and get successful. I wanted to lean more into how do you survive success once you get those things, though. Surviving success.
So I'll keep mine simple. When you love what you're doing, it's not work. However, you still have to have a balance, especially when you have like children. I'm married, I got a wife and children. But what I do is I love what I'm doing so much. I even got my children involved. I got them exposed to different things they can have because I'm in the tech space as well. So how do you survive it is make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. Because if you love helping people, you can go too far helping people too. So you got to set up boundaries. We was talking about this last night on my podcast is learning, okay, after a certain amount of time, I got to cut it off.
Yeah.
Because now you got to keep your sanity, your peace, so you can wire down. Because if not, you'll be on the phone 2, 3 in the morning trying to get somebody a solution to their problems. Because that's what happened to me at first when I come in. People see my success and it's like, I said, man, look, you're looking at what happened over time, not overnight.
Amen.
So then when I would get them involved, they would see like, oh, yeah, you really putting in work. Like, yeah, I showed up for people. And that's the key. Once you show up for you, now that you arrived, now let's set up a strategy. Now let's have a solution and some boundaries.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. I tell people all the time, surviving success is the most gangster fight I ever been in.
Yeah.
And I say the reason why is because it's so many dynamics to it. Like we all know, especially in the African American culture, we lose friends.
Yep.
We consider bougie when we don't want to do these old things no more.
Oh, you being funny.
Yeah, you being funny.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how did you balance that with transit? I mean, that's even with family, not just friends.
Yeah.
So how did you manage? Because I'm looking at you, I can tell by your demeanor, your energy, all of this. You're a successful guy. So how do you handle that with the people who were stagnant, even though you tried to help them?
Boy, you just asked the perfect question.
How do you deal with them saying you this way, that way? Because we loyal people as men, especially black men. You know, we keep it real or keep it 100. So how do you deal with that transition of, that success and losing old friends?
I don't mind cutting people off. The Bible even say lay aside every day awake. I don't got a degree in Harvard. I got a degree in common sense.
Come on now.
If I'm going up and you going down, I'm going to let you stay down. There's a difference between an eagle and a peacock. Whatever you playing at, I'm going to let you play that play.
Play there.
Because I learned from my grandmother, and I hung around a lot of wisdom too. That's why I'm so far advanced, because the seasoned generation taught me the right things early. Okay, if I'm building something and I'm telling you, hey, I'm about to put this house together, you seeing me laying this house brick by brick, the foundation, the frame, the roof, etc. You didn't help with nothing. Now you mad because I won't let you come in the door? You can't even turn a doorknob. So when I started learning business and I became a serial entrepreneur, and I saw the process, right?
Right.
Once I got in the door and I started looking around, I said, man, it's 3 years in and y'all still singing the same song. I don't want to sing that song no more. I went from hand washing clothes, because I grew up in the projects. I went from hand washing clothes to walking on marble floors. I don't want to hand wash clothes again.
I don't want to go back.
So what I did was I said, don't be afraid to cut people off. Cutting people off, man, I call it trimming the fat.
Yeah.
You have to understand process of elimination. If I got let's say, for example, okay, if I'm building something, I call them builder uppers and tear downers. You know the person around you, a negative Nancy and a down Thomas.
Yeah.
I can't share nothing with you. I would never share my vision with a blind person. They can't see it no way.
Ooh, that's
It's
good.
a season where I had to play deaf, dumb, and blind. I couldn't say nothing. I wanted to say something so bad, God was like, you better not say nothing.
Deaf, dumb, and blind.
Not because they would spit poison on your dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will assassinate what you have. That's why I say don't let your procrastination be your assassination. A lot of people kill their own stuff because they overthink too hard.
Yeah. I agree with that. But your vision is your vision as well. So I totally agree with that. With that being said, would you move forward? Well, going back to what you said, there's an old saying that said, my mentor told me this: when you get on the elevator, go to the back of the elevator, because there's people going to get off on different levels. But I'm going to ride this thing all the way to the top.
I promise you.
You know what I mean? So
I like that.
Different levels. And I had to realize that, because what happens is, the people that are with you on level 1, you get to level 6. They're not equipped for level 6.
Yeah.
So they're going to get off the elevator. I had to learn that the right way, because I'm a lower person. I'm a Virgo. So that Virgo thing had me want to stay loyal. But, I had to learn to cut them off, because what happened come dead weight.
Yeah, because you be loyal by default. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I was helping different pastors and different people anyway. And then I started watching. This is another thing. This is beautiful. I said, when you're going up, pay attention to the people that's really going to help you.
Yeah.
Because some people are gatekeep. This is where I won it. When I got in, I don't gatekeep. I give out the keys. I just be careful who hands I put them in.
Okay. Say that one more time. They need to hear that again.
I don't gatekeep. I give out keys. I just be careful and mindful of who I get the keys to, who hand I'm putting them keys in.
All right.
Everybody ain't to be trusted. That's why it's called trust fund. Everybody can't be trusted with these funds.
Okay.
Where your grind and your appetite at too. See, when I had success, I hunger for it. Some people, I remember I heard Grant Cardone say that. He said, you got to almost be insane with your dream and vision. Yeah. Some people call my stuff crazy. I call it faith, because you ain't supposed to be looking at it no how. Faith is a substance of things hoped for. I move in the unseen often. Yeah. Because if you don't dream big, it ain't my business how it's put together. I understand the value of God's hand, not mine. I'm limited. I'm going to run out of I'm going to run out at some point. God has an untapped resource.
So with that being said, though, what is you're human.
Yeah.
You get drained.
Absolutely.
What is your fuel?
My fuel is the breath of me breathing life into somebody else, showing an eagle that they have wings. All that gives me life. When I see somebody in a jam and I say, your back against the wall, but it's a door right here, turn around and turn the knob. What? They turn around, open the door, go through.
Okay.
That gives me life. Because when I lay my head down at night, I didn't finesse nobody. There's a difference between blessing and finesse. And a lot of these people are finessing. When I cracked the code, I came in being real. I said, I'm going to be 100 all the way across the board. So when I walk in a room, I just took your client because you lied to him. You oversold and underdelivered. I took their client because you told them something they didn't need. If a person tell you, hey, I need my house clean, I need my car done, blank, get them what they asked you for. They didn't ask you to upsell and all this other stuff. See, a lot of people come in with this nonsense marketing, I call it. Keep it original and help them with what they ask you for. Yeah. So it gives me life when I know I exceeded that expectation. They asked for this, I excelled that, because a lot of time it's not about the money. It ain't about the money, but it's about the money. If you do people right, it's going to come right back around. I helped somebody 2 days ago, and the person that I labor with, she been my best marketer. She said, hey, I got another one for you. I got another one for you. And if they ain't tech savvy, I go to their house and set their credit up. And now I do consulting. Show them how to set up an LLC, how to put everything under here and fund it and take it out of your name. It gives me life showing people that they looked at it and was in fear because they didn't know how it worked. Now I show them how it worked.
Yeah.
You know how powerful that is to show somebody they can drive?
Yeah.
I don't know how to drive. I'm going to show you today. Here's the key. This means this. Park it right here. Now go over there and come back. Now, guess what I just did? I turned somebody that was insecure. Now they secure.
Right.
It gives me life now because now you know how to use all 10 of your toes, not 3 1/4.
Okay. You know what I could tell though, and I knew you was telling me early off the set about some different stages you went through in your life. Something that I can tell is a couple things. Well, one is I think that you found your purpose.
Yes.
And with finding your purpose, I think that it brings sustainability because the Bible often talks about gift.
Yeah.
One thing I could realize when I found my gift, I abused my gift. You know what I mean? But being gifted would get me in rooms.
Yeah.
But not being mature wouldn't keep me there.
Yeah, their character.
So I'll come back out because I wasn't mature enough to understand what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I heard Steve Harvey say this, and this was funny. He says gift was comedy.
Yeah.
But because he wasn't mature enough, his comedy would get him in trouble because he didn't know when and when not to crack jokes. So in school he got in trouble because he was quote unquote the class clown.
Right.
And that's with anybody gift. If you don't understand the maturity level that comes with your gift, you're not going to be able to stay in the room.
You'll damage it.
Right. But also piggybacking off that, I want to say that I can tell you find your purpose too because people often, I can tell you stay your lane.
Yeah.
Like you like, what they got going on has nothing to do with me. And sometimes people confuse success with competition. So what success is when you find your purpose and you getting close as possible to that purpose that God put you on earth for. Competition is competing with somebody else for something else to do. That has nothing to do with your purpose. So success and competition, two different things. So please don't get that mixed up. What's success and what's competition? Competition shouldn't exist because it's just you.
There's no competition.
No competition.
When you look, if this is why I tell people if they know their word. When they were saying harvest, what is harvest? The land of milk and honey. You can't compete milking a cow. You can't compete taking honey out of hive. It's teamwork. If we come together and do our due diligence daily, we're going to get our tasks done faster. If you the tomato guy, be the tomato guy. You the plant person, be the plant person. You the carpenter, be the carpenter. Once we understand our roles and we learn how to master that role, we the greatest. It's nothing we can't get. And the minute we understand our value in that concept and stand in our lane, man, it's nothing in this world we can't obtain.
Nothing. You also spoke about helping our people, right? Helping the people in need. How do you bridge that gap? We talked a little bit about that in your terms, from the streets to the C-suites.
Yeah, to the executive suites.
Yeah. So give me a little more insight on that. What do you mean by that?
So I came from the least of these, the least of those. I was in the projects. I was at the bottom scraping, hand washing clothes, sugar sandwiches, food stamp baby, Lone Star card, professional. That's what we came from. So the stuff that I'm knowing now, it was intriguing to me. I didn't understand nothing about nothing. But in my mind, I said, I was looking at a building one time, and this is when I understood the value of power manifestation. I spoke myself into corporate America, ended up working for Bank of America and Capital One. With no experience, just had it in my mind, and I started seeing the words jump off the Bible into my life. So then when I understood that, I started looking, I'm like, it's something in our community missing and ain't nobody's doing it. There's no lane in this right now for as being a helping hand, being a finance person, because the person we thought was successful back then was the dope dealer.
Right.
Until I saw a pastor that raised me after I lost my mother, lost my grandmother. I had so much adversity against me. That's why I understand people that's in the streets. Like they're a product of their environment and nobody showed them another way out. When I started showing people, you can get up here in this suite. I can. So now that I'm in the suites in the corporate side, I can share it with somebody. Hey, y'all missing this gap right here because you don't understand. I understand the language. If you really want to understand, come out here and do the work with us. So when they came out and started actually doing the work and seeing these people are just as smart as these people in here, the problem is you can give them opportunity. How you know that? Because I was one of them.
Oh, come on. So I know when you was talking about going from the streets to the C-suite, everybody mentality-wise is not fair. If you see the talent but the mentality is off. What advice can you give someone who's trying to help someone go from the street to the C-suite as far as like mentality? You see the talent. They don't even see the talent. You know what I mean? So mentality-wise, because as you stated earlier, and I know I'm long-winded with this, we're a product of our environment.
Yeah.
So, they haven't figured out how to get rid of the negative people yet, but you see that in them. So how you take them there? What advice or what a process would you do to get them there?
So a perfect example, I had a friend of mine that grew up in the same community I grew up in. He went to prison and got out, and he was around the wrong people. And so he kept watching me on Facebook. Me being consistent activated something in him, but he didn't know how to move. Perfect what you just said. And he was like, I have an idea, but I don't know how to move. So I listened to him. And what I did, I got him involved. I said, show up to this event. It was attorneys there, music producers. It was an amazing event. When he showed up, it changed his life so much. He cut off all the people that was around him. Wow. He started going to barber school. He got him a job now. Then I got him involved with another guy that does labeling, all this other stuff. So a lot of times when you see somebody that have the gift, get them involved. Expose them into a room to where they can have a conversation with an intelligent black person, somebody that looks like us and is willing to show them love and support. That's what activates most of their gifts. And once they see what it looks like, they can see and touch it, it's tangible to them. Man, you take them to a whole nother level just by presenting it to them and say, hey, when you're ready, this is what you have access to now.
Wow. You keep drawing my memory of these gems.
Yeah.
I was listening to some and they said that, believe it or not, 89% of what you pick up and what you learn is visual. 10% is audio.
Yeah.
And only 1% are your other senses.
Yeah.
And when I thought about that, I was like, man, how is that? And they made this example. They said, let me give you an example. It's like when you're teaching them, even though you verbally saying whatever, don't do this, you're showing the baby, say visually, like, and it's 89% visual. So you're right on that part about being exposed and seeing it, and that's what's so important to our kids as well. They have to see it, and I think that's the lost art of not sure how old you are, but with me,
36.
me, I'm older. So when I came up, I think it's a lost art of. We was told like you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be this and that, and that's lost. And now the generation think if I'm not a rapper or if I'm not a ball player, if I'm not an entertainer, what can I be?
Right.
And we lost that, and that was really the big thing about me starting the Urban Professional Podcast. I wanted the younger generation to see like you fly, you got on the sneakers, you button up. Like they need to see that. They think like you have to be a ball player to be that. I'm like, nah, it's business professional. Got I guess I don't know what the kids call it now, motion, swag, whatever.
And you can make the same kind of money in that field. You can make baller money being a service technician.
Come on now.
You can make doctor money having a trade.
Come on.
Yeah, like a lot of times is they not exposed to it, and I still believe in hands-on training.
Yeah,
hands-on training is still active, even with AI and artificial intelligence. You still need training. Their phone is hands-on. You still got to walk them through it. Right. So when you train the new generation, a lot of time I tell people get involved with them. Yeah. See, a lot of people won't even show up to the basketball game or football game. Shout out to my bro, Waits. He called himself your favorite teacher, Waits. He's involved with the kids, the community. So he know where to go tell you, man, this joke ain't bad. Let him come with me. I seen this man take a kid that was horrible. Grades was bad, attitude was bad. Spent time with him, saw what his gift was, kept involved with him, showed up to his game, bought him some shoes. Now he average. Attitude got adjusted because nobody was giving him attention. Nobody had a conversation with him. Sometimes these new generation, you can't talk at them, got to talk to them. Come on. Be relatable, not deflatable. What's going to deflate them? You coming in there trying to say, you need to do this, you need to do this. Just spend time with them. I always tell people this, I ain't perfect, I'm present. Ooh. Yeah, I'm present and I'm active. Sometimes you can be a tree or a fly on the wall and you can hear everything. Yeah. Then I know how to come in and give you a solution. I said, I just heard you say you need this. I know somebody that does that. Really? Plug them in a room. I became a personal broker. Connector. Just by listening, and I can see somebody else's face. I said, this person will do that. Are you willing to invest in your brain? This is why I tell them, you invest in a Nike, Gucci, all these other names except your own name. You don't think your name more valuable than theirs or just as valuable? Let me show you how to get it done. And then I give them the steps. When you get your first check, sit $40 aside. Now I gave you a goal. A lot of them move with no goals. Soccer ain't the only field that got a goal to it.
Oh yeah, I got to use that one
and make the goal realistic.
for real. That's real.
And I look at stuff too like a video game because I like games. You know, when we was in the hood, we was big on Blitz, Madden, basketball.
Yeah,
and we actually played sports. I played sports too, so I started looking at life and business as a game. I said, somebody got a code, man. If you on level 50, show me how to get to level 10. I just kept all my stuff simple. The Bible say write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
So I moved with plain vision. I just stayed proactive.
Yeah.
90% of anything we doing is showing up and understanding how something works.
Yeah.
You can't ride a bike unless you know how it works. This the brake, this the paddle, this means this. If the chain pop off, this how I fix it.
Right.
See, when you keep stuff simple like that, the people that got the most money kept it simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
They understand percentage. Wealthy people don't have to own the entire company. They just want a percentage.
Yeah.
So like when I help somebody sometimes, I say, look, I'm going to get you in the door. I'm going to get you set up. We'll make money when you close, or we'll make money on your first deal.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time I helped somebody make $15,000 and they thought I forgot. So I had to call them and say, hey man, don't act like you didn't see me. I just helped you build that whole frame out.
Yeah.
You ain't going to give me nothing. Then they had to pay up.
Yeah.
But this is what I show people too. Know your value before you do something.
Yeah.
Even if I can't afford it, the best gift God gave us is negotiation.
Yeah.
All I can do is ask. The worst thing you can tell me is no. The best thing you can tell me is yes. But the worst thing I can do is not ask. The dumbest question you can ask is the one you never ask.
Yeah, you're right. And on top of that, if they say no, you can't miss what you ain't had.
See what I'm saying? But if I don't ask, I miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
Like if somebody say my fee is $500.
Yeah.
I don't have 500. Can you do something with 150? Can you do something with 200?
Yeah.
Or can you put me on a payment plan and I pay it out?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing I saw power in, investing in the people around me.
Yeah.
If I know I got some valuable pieces around me, man, go buy a shirt from that person. Get your shoes clean. Even if I don't want to buy their product, I might just donate to their cause.
Yeah.
One guy, he was I can tell he was around the wrong training. They were showing him how to upsell. I said, yeah, but you come in with a Rolls Royce Vision, they only have a Honda Civic budget.
Come on.
You killed yourself because you walked past the Honda Civic budget. I went and got 100,000 of them.
Yeah.
And you still over here playing because you let this guy sell you a dream that didn't come true.
Right. Right. I agree. You know, I think one of the things that helped me, I ain't gonna say survive, but in surviving with thriving a little, getting successful was this understanding too that you never stop learning. I can tell from your talk, you're a constant reader, you're constant around people who got the mindset and things like that. So for me, I think what was learning that a lot of people, I think I heard TD Jake say this, a lot of people don't like to go back to one. And what I mean by that is, you're on level 1. 1 through 10. When you get to 10, you're the expert on level 1.
Yeah.
So now you go to level 2, you back to the rookie on level 2 because you're 20 through 29. So you get to 29, you're like, man, I don't know if I want to go because I'm killing level 2.
Yeah.
But when you go to level 3, you got to humble yourself back down. I had to learn that.
Yeah.
And that's the key to success because most people, we talked earlier about the people stagnant. When they balling on level 2, they like, man, they get content. Like, I don't want to go to level 3. You know what I mean? And so I had to learn that. And I think that's been a gem for me is like understanding like you should, because we got all these cliches like, never stop learning and do this. But it's a different from applying and just saying. Yeah. And when you actually in the heat of it, it's different, man. It's because you have to humble back down. You think you go from being a subject matter expert to humbling back down. But I noticed you was so humble when you said, you was like, man, I don't mind asking them, how'd you do that? Yeah. What did you do that for? That's a gift in itself.
I'm a student to the game. I'm still like that.
That's a gift though.
When I come in, I tell people, look, man, I'm no different from you. I'm a student. I don't want to be the professor all the time. I love to sit in the city and be like, so what are y'all doing? We doing this. You can come hang out. That changed my life. That was another thing with impact. I asked a question. That question got me in the room, in another room. Then when they paid for my plane ticket, that really took me to another level. Because I asked a question, I hopped on a call, I showed up to a meeting, showed up to another meeting. Me and this one guy known each other for 7 years, and I ain't never meet him in person. The time I did meet him in person, next deal we was on a plane.
Have you ever, and I could tell you've been in rooms, have you ever realized like when you get in some of these executive suites that it wasn't what you thought, and you say, man, I read in the Ray that used to say all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Really got more. Mm-hmm. I learned more from him.
Yeah.
Than a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of these people in these suites. You like, they just. I think it goes back to what you said. I think they just asked the right question and wasn't afraid to jump.
Yeah.
Compared to the, I ain't gonna even just say all opportunity, but part of it's opportunity, but part of it is sometimes people just afraid to jump.
Yeah, and some people don't know how to show up for themselves.
True.
I've cut several people off because they no call, no show.
Yeah.
I can't show up for you. I can give you the destination, but I can't make you arrive.
There's an old saying, an older gentleman used to say to me, he said, son, you can teach a lot of things. You can't teach want to.
And you can't teach common sense.
Can't teach want to.
If you don't, this is why I tell people on can't. You know how much work you got to put that apostrophe T in on can? Philippians 4:13 didn't say I can't. It said I can do.
Can.
But people who have that mindset, it's the mindset too.
Yeah.
That mindset is a monster. I can't help somebody who ain't willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I can get you into the construction site, but I can't make you put on your PPE. I can't make you do the work.
Yeah.
Now, if you ready to do the work, let's go. Because I'm a runner. I run on purpose. And another gem I'm going to add is purpose partners. You got to make sure whoever's in your circle, are they part of your purpose?
Purpose partners.
Yeah, because you can go to jail on purpose. You can crash financially on purpose.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have nobody with strategy. I failed, but I failed forward. I got access to $40,000, $50,000 in credit and failed. Not because I was blowing it. I didn't understand interest. I'm paying the bills on time. I'm learning this ratio, the debt. Especially, I'm the first person to break the generational curse in my family. So I'm learning on my way up. So now that's why I can humble myself and go back and tell people like, no, I crashed. But I also knew recovery.
Right.
A lot of times people don't tell the truth on that. Oh, I'm successful. I said, no, I stay low to the ground. So when you see me trip, you saw how low I was. Yeah. The altitude, God got me right here. My character kept me up here.
Yeah.
So now when somebody really want that question, I give them the hands-on training.
Yeah.
You want to come in the room with this man? Learn how to support.
Right.
Because I call it a revolving door. Whatever you put in this revolving door, it's going to come back around.
Yeah.
If you put positivity in there, it's going to come back around. You put support in there, it's going to come back around. And it's not going to be the people you looking at.
Yeah.
My biggest support came from strangers.
Absolutely. 100%.
And some of them was the people that was to me, but it's because they saw me stay consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said, man, I've been watching you on social media. And it was the people I had no idea was watching me.
That's good. And didn't interact. They were just watching you.
Yeah. Never liked nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm
learning that.
Yeah. I'm somewhere because you would think in your mind, man, this ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm doing a deal now with 3 people on there. Now I jump on there, 30, 40, 50 people on there. Say, hey, I shared your video with so-and-so.
Yeah.
That thing you was talking about, can you teach that? I said, what? Got a speaking engagement off of that.
Yeah.
Then I started looking in the future because, again, I look at the long game. I said, I don't need no laptop right now, but let me go buy an Apple Mac. I ain't touched the Apple Mac for 8 months, but walked into another room, talked to this lady, paid me at the Collin County Black Chamber to present financial literacy. So I had to go buy me a little clicker to be more fancy. But if I didn't prepare for what was to come, I'd have been scrambling trying to get all my stuff set up. I started buying little suits in here and there. Then I learned how to wholesale shop.
Yeah.
Because the value of money is learning how to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't like outcome. I like income.
Come on.
So when the income hit, I started strategizing, okay, how can I put this somewhere and work in my favor? How can I put it somewhere where it's an investment, an asset, and not a liability?
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody else got on, because sometimes when we in these organizations where it's business or church people and they got on these suits and $500 suit, $1,000 suit, I can get that same suit for $80 on Amazon, $60 on Amazon. I can get a tie that you trying to sell me for $150. That same color compound is on Amazon.
Yeah.
Now with this AI, I can scan that and it'll show me 1,000 of them for $8, $15.
Right.
This is what I tell people: quit killing yourself with material. You could have went and bought some land with all them clothes you got on.
Yeah.
One dude said he spent $2 million on clothes.
I can see that.
I was like, what? He said, I didn't understand, though.
Didn't understand.
Because when we come from nothing, we kings, really, queens, really. But when you get exposed to this stuff, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be that next man.
Put look like that. Yeah.
Nobody's on the side telling you, hey, you can put this right here, and then the next 5 years, 10 years in, you just turned that 100,000 into 10 million.
Yeah.
That's the long game. You know, you can go buy this island over here for $20,000.
Yeah.
You know, you can go in this foreclosed home and do XYZ. That's why I got around those people. Now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we'll have this stuff in our mind and do nothing with it. The wealthiest people in the graveyard, it's people dead in their grave in the spiritual realm right now, wishing to God they had this opportunity again.
Yeah. Yeah, you said a couple things, man, because you hitting them, you be jabbing. Now you said something that actually had like struck me, and you was talking about how being low to the ground, and then you spoke on like I fail, and I think being in where you are now at the level you are, before you reach these levels, I think you get to the point you think like they never have a bad day, everything goes perfect for them, and this, and I was listening to Tom Brady. He said something that was it stuck with me. He said, man, people have this misperception that every day is a good day. You always feel good. You always feel great. He said, no, you're going to battle two things. Two things you're going to battle. You're going to battle your mind and your body. Yep. He said, so what I say is, excuse my language, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And he said, when you start training your mind to do that, what you start doing, you're telling your mind, like, you ain't going to tell me. I'm going to tell you how to operate. And then you go from there. So I thought that was real big.
That's why I love 50 Cent. It's called Hustle's Ambition. Roll with the punches. Yeah. I got an ebook I finished called Rolling with the Punches. And chapter 1, I think it was either chapter 1 or 7, I talked about the experience. You can't talk about a punch if you ain't never been hit.
Hey, come on now. And you don't know how you're going to react when you get hit.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Can you take one to the chin? Can you take a punch? Can you roll with the punches?
Yeah.
So when I understand value in systems, I never stop. I said, oh, man, it was like a light bulb moment. Once that light bulb, man, I'm up sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning because I'm like the day before Christmas, the night before Christmas, I'm December 24th. Okay. I'm excited. I'm like, man, I can't believe this, man. Because once you find it, it's here to stay. Now what you do with it, you're responsible for the upkeep. Okay. It's like somebody asks for a house. But you get mad because you got a motor yard,
right?
Wiring, electrical, and plumbing. Man, I didn't know I was going to have to do all this. So who much is given, much is required.
Come on now.
So are you willing to deal with that upkeep? Man, I want this Benz, but you mad because you got to pay for this oil change. Yeah. It's a foreign vehicle.
Yeah.
Or I want this pickup truck, but you mad about the tires.
Yeah.
So what I learned was I had to tell people the truth. And I tell them I'm good on rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
And I understand where I'm going. I can tell if it's a spiritual attack. I got the wisdom and people around me that help me fight that back.
Okay.
It all goes back into your circle because you're guilty of your association.
Yeah.
And if you really want to go to the next level, learn how to help people, learn how to show up.
Yeah. You talked about, and it's crazy, you talked about all the bins and the house and things like that, but I'm going to take it to another level. If you be around my mentor, it's a female, very successful. And I'm sure you hang around people.
Yeah, they're the most powerful people in the world.
Right. So you got these mentors who's successful. And like you said, when you close to them and when you see like the battles they have because you inside, man, I started to question myself. I don't know if I want that. You know what I mean? Because like you said, I can take the punches and this and that. But then when you get close and you see like the battles they have, I'm talking about, I've said that sometimes and say, hey, boy, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Because, they come back out ready to fight because they prize boxers. When they get knocked down, they get back up. That's what makes them who they are.
Yeah.
But when you watching, you say, I don't know if I could have took that punch. Yeah. That one. And, people don't get it. And so I tell people, as the Bible says, be careful what you pray for. Because it's a lot come with it. I can't remember who I heard say, they was like, what you don't understand is with a gift comes sacrifice.
Oh, absolutely. It's a responsibility. You're responsible for the upkeep.
You're responsible.
And I learned this too. Don't ask for something you ain't ready for. I even talk about that in marriage. I said, stop asking for a Superman. You don't want to be Wonder Woman. Vice versa. Stop asking for Wonder Woman. You don't want to be Superman.
Come on.
Like one of them, it was this woman, and we good. She like my sister now, but I used to always hear, I ain't taking care of no man. I said, no man ain't taking care of no woman. You mad because I ain't finna pay half of the bills. That's why you paying all of them crazy. I'll take a business deal like that all day long. You mean to tell me and you together, we can have this mortgage, we can have this rent, and you keep your money, I keep mine, and we can invest and do this or that. Bet, let's get to it.
Run it.
But when people don't understand their value and they come in with a demand, and you want this man to jump on Mountain Everest and you won't even throw a rock. You a different kind of crazy.
Different.
So this is what I learned too, man, is you gotta take everything you're doing in your purpose, everything you're doing in your business, everything you're doing in your life, and make sure whoever you partner with, especially in a relationship, make sure they going down the same path.
Yeah.
Because what you don't want to do is be playing tug of war. It's like we on the same street, but we're across the street from each other. We're on the same block, but we live across the street from each other.
Yeah, that's valid.
You will see people do that for 20, 30 years, and then they finally say, all right, I'm done. That's why now new day marriage is like a Netflix trial. It's good for 30 days. Because they don't understand each other.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world and be with somebody and you with a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Or you'll know each other for a season. And then when them leaves start to turn orange and yellow and fall off and new stuff come, now this person done evolved.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've seen it. You'll get with somebody and they blowing you off. And then you see that joker evolve and you look at this other person like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
One of the powerful movies I saw was The Founder, the guy that he didn't find McDonald's, but he saw the system and blew it out the water. The woman that was with him at the time, she was doubting him.
Yeah.
You always doing this, and he said, why you don't believe in me? Then when he started getting the results, now you want to brag. Yeah. Then he found his mate with somebody else, but her mind and alignment was right with his. She was like, instead of doing this freezer, why don't you use a powder formula?
Yeah.
He used that powder formula and it killed all his overhead. But he kept moving forward. He going to the bank trying to get refinancing. They can't get it. And then the other guy sitting there watching him and say, why don't you get into real estate? Now you own a property. So when they put that franchise on there, instead of them paying the company, they got to pay you. You the landlord. Yeah. That movie was so powerful to me because I was at the entry phase trying to learn this stuff. So now whether I'm in business or relationship, I can tell people how it works. Well, how you stay with this? You got to know your mate. Like mine don't like people. She told me up front, I ain't doing none of that. I said, okay, cool. Just don't get in my way. So that don't make sense to other people. They say, you believe in happy wife, happy life? I said, no, I believe in happy spouse, happy house. If we don't work as a team to help each other, there's no I in team, but it's one and win.
But no relationship will prosper without reciprocity.
I promise you.
No relationship, whether it's business, personal, family, and that's usually when family fall out because they don't understand reciprocity. I even teach my marketers my marketing team. I say, listen, y'all going to these clinical offices, and it's always about what can you do for me? At the same time, y'all don't take the time to say, in order for this business to stay open, they need something as well. Right. So I say, instead of going and saying, what can I get out of there? Going there with the mindset of what can I give them? Because the longer they stay open, the more they can give me business. Man, that's so good. I go in there and say, hey, how can I help you?
Yeah, you come in with a solution, not a problem.
Come on. And the first thing I ask them is, what do y'all do? What type of, what are y'all looking for? What helps your business stay on? Because I also don't go in there like I'm a subject expert in what they do. So I want to know so I can help. So now I become a referral source for them as well because I'm saying, just like we talked earlier, you said, man, if you need this, let me connect you. I do the same thing in a medical corridor. Wow. Oh, you need the knee out. Let me get your orthopedic surgeon because I don't do orthopedic. Right. Now you come out for rehab, my PT will do that rehab for you. You know what I mean? So, but good. I go in and say, what can I do to help them? Man, we've been hitting a lot, and I know it can go on, and your energy is amazing. So just from here, if you can wrap it all up to say, if you don't get nothing from this edition of Urban Professional Podcast, what would you want to give the audience to say, if you don't get nothing else, remember this?
Oh, that's a good one. So one of my mottos I said years ago, well, about 2 years ago, I know the importance of building. Who you give your hammer and nail to is important. So my motto is, if I can't build with you, I can't chill with you.
If I can't build with you, I can't chill with you.
If you don't get nothing else, man, keep God as your core and find the right people you can build with. Find the zone that you can be active in and be active. Because I always say this, it's attractive when you're being active. It's horrible when you're inactive. So when you find your circle, your immediate circle, say, okay, I can build with this person. This is a man of intelligence. This woman is an architect. I can build with her. But you have to give yourself patience enough to watch. Wow. The Bible even say watch and pray.
Watch and pray.
90% of my blessings came from showing up for people, but most importantly, I sat back and watch them. I can be around you 5 minutes and I can tell you who you are. I said, yeah, you kill yourself all the time. What? I said, you override yourself. And how you know that? It's a gift called discernment. So I tell people, the Bible say, where 2 or 3 are gathered in the midst, in my name, I'm present. Paraphrasing. What are you in the midst of? Are you in the midst of drama? Are you in the midst of chaos? Are you in the midst of mess? Are you in the midst of life speakers or death speakers? So if you get nothing else, learn how to be around builders and not people that's part of a demolition tribe. Demolition people only know how to destroy and tear down. Builders know how to create and build up.
Man, that's great, man. I'm so you've educated me. I'm so honored that you came and shared this word with me, man. Thank you guys for tuning into another edition of the Urban Professional Podcast.
For sure.
Thank my guest who was amazing, who got me ready to run through a wall. We'll catch you guys on the next edition of the Urban Professional Podcast. Thank you.
Peace and increase.